Welcome back to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat.
This is Jason.
This is Alex.
Hi.
And the producer is here with us, and it is working. It is working. All right. So, today's topics are
fries.
We're
going to start with fries.
Yeah, we
have plenty of topics.
We spent a lot of time on French fries today, and we did the raw cooked.
We did
raw double cooked.
We did the
soaked double cooked.
We did the boiled
cooked and double cooked, and then we did the steamed cooked and double cooked.
Now I think that overall we all agreed that boiled was the best way to do it, but I believe that two of us thought that double cooked was the best, and one of us may have thought that
producer
single cooked was the best.
She's over there nodding.
So either way, we all agreed on boiled.
Boiled, I like the idea, but in an industrial setting, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, it's not really realistic. However,
I think second place would be steamed, and I think steamed in an industrial setting is way more realistic to produce French fries. If you steam double fry,
I think it was steamed single fry.
Was
it?
All right, so steamed, yeah, you're 100% right. Yeah, steamed, and then single fry. I think you're getting the best fry that you can in an industrial setting. And, of course, you can always check it out on our Facebook page because we maybe have posted that by now. I don't know. No, Alex is giving me the no.
This is going to post on Thursday, so hopefully by then we
have by the time you listen to this podcast, it will be posted. But this is late night, Monday night, and welcome to Late Night with Team Fat Kid. And this is us hanging out after the fact, and this is what we normally do.
After hours.
Except normally we would not record us hanging out after. Okay, so moving on from French fries that we spent all day doing, which is, trust me, hand-cut French fries. If you were going to hand-cut fries, I could see them being way more expensive than
regular fries.
Hell yeah, dude!
We still need. We did discuss this earlier. We still need to brine fries.
Yes, we need. That's going to happen. We need a.
We're thinking salt brine.
I think there's going to be a sugar involved in there and a separate brine. Like, I feel like we got to add the sugar, the salt to, like, almost like a chicken brine or a turkey brine to, like, and then we can go into, like, all the flavors and everything. But that's another episode altogether. So, I made Alex take down a bunch of notes because we are actually operating off of my phone on this podcast, so
I have all the notes on my phone this time, and so just moving into our, I guess, second topic of the night is, in the industry, how do you feel about moving from either a cooking position or a bartending position into a salaried position? Obviously, I'm speaking specifically management,
yeah,
but it could be like a shift leader or, depending on the size of the company, what kind of transition do you expect from a hourly to a salaried position?
I feel that it's way more evasive in the front of the house, and I feel like that in a kitchen, you're just going to catch a lot more responsibility moving from an hourly position to an hourly position. But the front house, I think, is way more like
it's much more of a change.
Yeah, because they're not getting that cash in hand every day.
Like, the kitchen is already used to getting a paycheck every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Versus the front of the house, in particular bartenders. We've briefly discussed this earlier. Like, a server isn't necessarily going to move straight into a salary position.
They're gonna move. They're gonna move from server to bartender, and the bartender is gonna be a supervisor, and then from supervisor they're gonna move from behind the bar, which is where in some cases, they make way more money, and they're going to move into a position where they're going to get paid every 2 weeks.
It's kind of all about that security versus possibility.
And
a lot of times, possibility does appeal.
I feel like a lot of bartenders don't make it through that phase. Like there's like they're looking at you like, why the hell have you done it this long? Like I did it for like a month and I can't do this. Like
they expect that cash in hand.
Because being a manager, a lot of times you have to suck it up and realize that your staff is making more money than you. Especially in places that we've worked, bartenders.
I do feel like that's seasonal, but yes, especially here in the summertime when you're looking at a bartender's checkout and you're like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. When
they're complaining about a tip out, especially. That's my favorite thing. Like, oh, you made $350 tonight, you're complaining about a $12 tip out? Go fuck yourself. Like,
no. I mean, they work for 4 hours.
Right? I've been here all day. I've made like a quarter of what you made.
Yeah. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been here since 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, fuck off. Like,
right. And in any case, again, that seems more seasonal to me, though, because you have your ups and your downs.
I mean, it also depends on the location of the bar.
That's true.
Your entire establishment, and also it really depends on your capability to be a good bartender or server.
I mean, in some cases, like in location, it doesn't even matter if you're good or bad. Like, the volume alone is gonna pay your bills.
Well, I mean, I feel like in a place that you have a higher volume, if you're good enough to do it by yourself, you're gonna make more money. If you suck, then they're gonna put somebody else on. You have to share.
But I mean, we're talking about places where there's like, at least.
I don't think we're talking about anything specific. I think at least a good point.
At least 4 bartenders were on at one time where we all worked at one time. So
I see where you're going there.
Those 4 bartenders had a year-round income, basically. I mean, yeah.
They get the best shifts, though.
You're
talking tenure at that point.
Yeah, but they're working, 4 hours a day? 5?
Let's call it 7 at max.
They're not even working a whole day. And
that's not even 7 dealing with customers. That's being the closing bartender, and you have 2 hours of paperwork, if that.
They didn't even have the paperwork because there was a manager there to do it. Like, they literally tended bar and then handed you a box that you had to count down and put in the safe. Like, that, they had the easiest job. Like, okay, maybe not easy, but...
Well, no, but that's very accurate. Because if you think about that place, the barbacks were there.
Yeah.
The bartenders weren't. Bartenders didn't leave.
They didn't leave the bar.
So the manager and the barback was there at the end of the night. The bartender was out drunk already.
Yeah, but by the time we got out of there, no.
I guess a lot of that depends on. No, all right. So that place in particular, yeah. But so we're just gonna move on from that into the next topic, which is every kitchen should have an asshole.
I'm a super firm believer in that, and I will go back to my military time frame where the CO everyone loved, that was his job. He was the commanding officer. Everyone had his back, and then you had your XO, the executive officer, which everyone fucking hated. That dude was a dick.
All right, so to clarify though, for those of us that aren't military, the CO is above the XO, right? So
yes,
the CO would be your chef, the XO would be your sous.
Yes.
And so let's face it, the sous should normally be the asshole in the kitchen.
Absolutely. And I believe, our good buddy, and I'm going to throw his name out there, Arthur, does it the best. And not to say that he's a dick.
Arthur, you're a dick.
But he makes sure everything is done at the end of the night. And
he's a very good dick. I love that dick.
People hate him for it. People hate him for it, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, he made sure everything was done. And he was the one who went back and double checked everything, so that the KM or chef didn't have to worry about those things.
See, and I've been in similar situations though, and I mean, I know you can relate to a restaurant we worked at in particular where my sous chef was absolutely the asshole. And it worked out perfect because as a chef or a kitchen manager, you often write the schedule for your crew.
Right.
And if they are afraid or unable to come to you with their requests, if you don't have a request book, or even if you do, a lot of times it's a late notice thing like, hey, you're writing the schedule. They don't want to go to you, they want to go to your sous because you're the asshole. It creates a problem.
Yes.
If your sous is the asshole, they come to you. And
Absolutely.
it makes things like 80% easier.
Yeah,
There's
but
no communication errors. There's no, like, I told blah, 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 like the sous chef. It works out so much easier.
But as a chef of a place where your sous chef is the dick, why are they coming to you about a schedule?
Well,
Like, as you as a chef make the schedule for line cooks? Or shouldn't you just make it for you
the
and
chef.
the sous?
No, the chef makes every schedule.
Yeah.
like the whole kitchen.
Okay.
And on
Because
that
they
note,
know
like,
exactly how to manipulate everybody in their best way.
Yes,
like,
exactly. And like I've never worked in a kitchen where
manipulate sounds so negative. But
no, it's a
I mean,
if Bobby can fucking clean salmon and Joey can't,
Bobby's working.
Bobby's working on the fish shift when the fucking fish comes in. Like if Bobby can get 80% yield out of salmon and Joey can only get 75%, I'm putting
Bobby on the
no,
fish
I'm
cut
putting
shift.
yeah, I'm putting. Damn
Yeah,
it!
Bobby.
I was using names, and now I don't know the names anymore. like,
Bobby.
but yes.
We're going Bobby at 80 over Joey at 75.
Yes, because like I need that yield, like because that's food cost, and the sous should know that, and the chef should know that, and the sous should relay that to
The chef.
and that's the way it fucking works. And all right, it's fish day. Guess who's working? Like so, it's all right. It's app night, and where app night is fry heavy.
Your best fry.
I'm gonna put my best fry cooks on app night, like because I don't want to fucking wait for shit. Damn it, Dooley. And that's just the way it works. And like I have a fry cook who's like, I don't work Fridays. Why not? Like because I use you on Saturday and Sunday, and I use you on app nights, which is Tuesday and Thursday. Like, dude, like
Congratulations,
you get Friday off, dude. Like, quit bitching. Like, but he wants to work Friday, and I'm like, it's not a longer shift. Like, you still work
the same amount of
hours, but I get it because we don't run a special on Friday. So he's like, that's probably an easier shift for him. But I worked the shit out of him.
You know what? That's a great segue right there. How about being good at something in a restaurant and almost getting like stuck there?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that happens. That happens to everyone, and it happens. I think that you can take that away from restaurants entirely.
Oh yeah, no, like
in any job.
You're great at grill. Guess what? You're never working anything but grill. Like,
you're great at calculating these numbers, like as an accountant firm, and like on this day you work this day because this like you just get stuck in that, and like and then it's so hard to get promoted because
exactly where I'm
you
going.
are like.
I can't replace you on fry. Two people couldn't replace you on fry.
I'll go all the way. I'll reel your ass all the way back to dish. Like I need 2 dishwashers to do what you do. I can't move you up to fry because you
slay it.
You kill it in dish.
But
and
I feel like that's like
eventually at some point in time, like
it's a pro and a con for the employee. In
our industry, it's maybe easier, I guess, to like, all right, dude, I'm just gonna bite this bullet. This dude I need to keep him because he's a great worker, and I need him to move up in order to keep him. So eventually, you have to. What? You have something to say?
You guys always refer back to the back of the house.
That's what we do.
Yeah, if you think about it in front of the house, though, it's like, would you ever just leave a hostess at the front if she wanted to move up? No. You'd pay her less and make her a server if she was good.
Okay, I was getting to this point, but there's a chance that you suck moving up.
Oh, that happens all the time.
I'm gonna throw this in because let's face it, it's easier to move from a hostess to a server than a server to a bartender. Right? Like, let's think about that.
Unless you're an alcoholic and you drink a lot at home.
Who does
I wouldn't even go that. I mean, like, then you worry, are they going to drink on the clock?
No, but like you take that dishwasher, and then you move him to a line cook position.
I want to jump back real quick. Like, I think it's easier to talk about the back moving up because there's like 6 or 7 positions, whereas the front there's only like 3. For most restaurants, we're not talking about back waiters and silverware rollers and anything that...
Is that a job position, silverware roller?
It used to be. I don't know if it is anymore.
What the hell?
Like, literally, you come in, you roll silverware. That's it. Wouldn't that be the dream job?
I still feel like there's places that do that. And it might be like your shift. Like, you're just here to roll silverware for 8 hours. Like, I think I would quit that job, but go ahead.
Probably, yeah. All right, I'm just saying, I feel like it's easier to talk about the
Well,
back.
I don't think if you're at an establishment like that, they're not rolling their silverware.
I'm speaking from a story that I heard.
I know in one in particular, they used to have, they got rid of the position, but they used to have silverware
I'm speaking from someone who told me that position existed. Like, not maybe a position, but it was a shift that everyone had to fucking do.
I know of a position that was literally just you went in and rolled silverware.
Oh, that was your job? Like, hell no. Like,
that's like you go in to peel shrimp. Like, it's your only job. Just go in and peel shrimp all day. Like, that's it.
Real quick on a segue, like, I watched a show the other day where they were peeling shrimp, and it was like they had a tool that would peel the shrimp and devein it, and then there was like somebody.
Hold your phone.
Oh, there was somebody using a knife, like, because they were like trying to see which was faster, if the tool was even worth. But then I watched them do the whole peeling the shrimp, and like I was like, no one peels shrimp that way, dude. Like, I've peeled fucking pounds and pounds of fucking shrimp, and like
I remember
like
at a certain restaurant.
All the technique that they used is horrible.
Two
like,
40-pound boxes of just peeling shrimp. Like, I remember the days.
No, man, like, we used to have to do that as prep. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, a little Asian girl took my job. It was okay, I moved up, but a little Asian girl.
Alright, so going back to moving up.
Hold on, I want to go back to this real quick because it used to be a competition. Like,
oh hell yeah,
that used to be like the thing. Like,
we used to race.
Yeah, exactly. Like
mushroom race, shrimp race.
Who could peel 40 pounds of shrimp faster? You or me? And you just like for maybe 45 minutes, you'd be in the sink just doing nothing but peeling shrimp.
Yeah, and your chef was a genius because he got it. His production level was high as hell.
My chef never even got involved.
Oh hell no! But like, he was like, I'll hold a timer. Like, right? And 2 people just peeled 40 pounds. They peeled 40 pounds each. That's 80 pounds of shrimp peeled
in like an hour.
And he didn't even give a shit. Like, he just made 2 people peel 80 pounds of shrimp in an hour.
Right? I mean, but
kudos to him.
I have to say, this Asian girl probably could have killed me. Probably could have killed me. I'm not gonna lie. Either way, let's move on to the next subject since we're talking about.
Well, but I want to go back to moving up and like.
Okay, well, let's go back to moving up.
Like, people moving up from, like, say, dish and failing as a line cook, and like, how do you tell someone?
You were great at dish. You suck at line.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a whole different game.
I feel like dish is very singularly focused, where line is like you have to be ADD. I almost feel like you have to be ADD to work a line because you have to be able to drop food and listen and talk to whoever is plating your food at the same time. Like, there's at least 3 things going on when you're working fry. Like, if you're dropping, you should be able to hear the chef call the tickets, remember all day what you have, and an all day is everything that you have working. Or should have working.
Like,
this is what you have all day. It means this is everything I need cooking. So if you only have 2 fryers and you have like 18 items, there's like a 14-item backup on what you should be cooking.
There's shit waiting to get in the fryer.
You're like dropping things in a basket with something that's going to be done in a minute that you know this new item won't be done in 4. Like, it's just, I need space. I lost my train.
How do you tell somebody that they suck when you move them up? Like,
there's no good way to do that.
I mean, it's
That's where I was at.
like
It's not
you're great at dish, man.
easy. You could sling some dishes.
But you've been cooking on the line for 2 years and you're still reading the menu.
All right, you know what?
Like-
That's a great topic, but let's talk about dishwashers for a second.
Some of them, like
I-
real
Go
fast.
ahead.
I had a chef tell me, and I was like, why has this dishwasher not moved up? And he's like, look, man. He's like, if nobody wanted to be a garbage man, the garbage would never get taken out. And he's like, there's just people that are happy in their station in life, and that's it. This is what they want to do. And like, yeah, will they help you devein some shrimp? Absolutely. But he does not want to be a cook. He just wants to be in his little world, washing dishes, taking out trash, mopping floors. Like, he's like, because if everybody wanted to be the executive chef, there would be no one to take out the trash.
I have a problem though with dishwashers that feel like everything can just be run through the machine. Like, if everything could be run through the machine without
Dude,
you
I
touching
am
it,
the goat of dishwashing.
Okay, so hold on. If everything could just be run through the dish machine without you touching it, I wouldn't have a dishwasher.
Don't you think that we would have
I would
figured
just have
that out?
servers
Like,
load dish
yeah,
trays and run
there would be somebody, I mean, who had made a machine that would also load the tray.
I maybe at that point, we didn't know. Like,
Holy crap, man! We can just look at our phone and say, "Hey, I want you to do this," and the phone does that. Like, you don't think like we have Teslas that drive themselves from work to home? You think I need you to load the fucking rack?
I've also dealt though with owners that don't believe in like spraying dishes beforehand.
Oh shit, man!
Like,
Come on.
I don't want to waste the water. I'd rather not waste the chemical. It's like 3 cents every time
Okay.
you run this machine. It's like
I
3
say I'm
cents
the
per
goat
minute.
in dish. I fucking run that sprayer like 24/7.
I am with you. Like,
I'll-
if it goes in clean, it comes out sanitized.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
there's
like
no question.
I'll blow all that off, and I'm the guy who also fucking runs the garbage disposal like almost nonstop. Because you know who else has to take out the fucking trash? Me. Like if I
Wow.
don't scrape your fucking plate, I'll dump it down the disposal with my sprayer and throw it in the rack, and it'll go through the dish. Like I got his because I don't want my trash can to weigh 80 fucking pounds when I gotta take it out.
I feel like that's a segue to ice when you dump drinks, but like, what's the best way to deal with ice, straws, and lemons in the drink catch tray? For those of you that have never worked in a restaurant, it's usually a 5-gallon bucket with a colander of some sort, or a china hat, a hold
The
device.
best way that, like, okay, are you talking about behind the bar?
Behind the bar, in the dish pit, like, wherever you want to talk about, like, what's the best way to deal with the ice, straws, and lemons
Right.
that are
Behind the
dumped
bar, like, I'm a huge fan of the pickle bucket. And then drill holes in the bottom of a second pickle bucket and insert them. So that
I do
when
that with bonsai.
Your bucket is halfway full or like 3/4 way full, you want to do this before it gets to the top.
You pick
up the top
up.
bucket, and it takes your ice, your straws, your lemons, and all that crap out of the way. And then that shit you dump into the garbage disposal. And then you have just that myriad of fucking bullshit at the bottom of the...
But I mean,
And
that's
then-
the same exact thing as colander.
Cut straight, I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
but
Yeah,
pickle buckets are free. That's my whole thing. Like, pickle buckets are free.
I think
Like,
it depends on where you work, because not everybody gets sliced.
everybody... Well, pickle spears come in the same bucket, man.
I'm talking about pickle slices. Do not.
But yes, they do, because I run...
Yeah, again, you're talking about volume. I know of places
They come
that
in the
get-
same bucket. I have
Yeah,
a
some
stack
us
of
get
buckets.
Pickled chips, bitch.
Yeah, my
They
pickle
come in-
chips. My pickle chips come in a bucket.
Again, volume. They come in 4-gallon containers. Like
The glass ones, like olives.
No. They come in plastic. They're just gallon containers.
Dude, just
4 to
buy
a
your
kid.
pickles. Like they're pickles, man. Are they gonna go bad?
It is kind of ironic. Like it's 4 gallons versus 5 gallons. But I'm just saying, not everybody gets a bucket.
Do you
in
need
any case,
if you
it's
need
still-
if
what,
you need
hold on.
buckets, come see me.
Either way, it's a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, and then you just take a drill holes in the bottom of it, make your own colander, and then like they sit inside each other. So once it's halfway full or
So I'm
2/3 full,
gonna go with we're in agreement on the colander, regardless of the type of colander.
yeah. But when plastic buckets are free, drill a hole in one, and
Again, you have plastic buckets for free. Some of us do not.
I'm
but
just saying, like in everywhere I've ever worked, there's been
you dump the
pickle
ice in the
bucket.
trash can. You empty
No, I dumped the ice in the garbage disposal with the.
straws and
Well, no, we take straws out.
Oh, but that's the thing. You have to now. You're talking about picking through.
No, usually the straws are floating on top. Like, who are we kidding? Straws are plastic.
what are you straining them out with a strainer? You're still picking them through.
Put a glove on and pull them out, man. Like
Well,
it's
exactly,
not.
but you're picking through.
So the ice and lemons and all that other bullshit goes down. Like,
Look here, pussy. We're gonna change subjects to sensitivity in the kitchen.
how dare you?
So, do you believe that sensitivity of any kind has a place in the
No place
kitchen?
in
No
the kitchen.
place.
And the server coming back to the kitchen talking like when servers leave the kitchen crying, like you should have never thought of the kitchen in the first place. Like, I believe you had a great story, producer, about people crying in the kitchen.
No, it started with.
That might have been me. I
Alex
probably have more than one.
Yeah, Alex has servers.
I have one
Alex
recently.
makes. Oh, go ahead.
I have one recently.
Water
I-
bomb.
Yeah, I have a lot of them, but I do have one recently where a server that I work with got water bombed. And for those of you that don't know what water bombing is, if you leave your screen open, which is basically where you ring everything in, you get water bombed, which is a water rung in under every table. Now, it sounds minuscule, and that's because it is. But, as the server, you now have to go through and close out like 40 checks of nothing but water because you left your screen open. Well, don't leave your screen open for one, but first off, that's like,
You should definitely explain it to servers who've never water bombed anyone so they know what to do.
well, I think I did. You ring a water in under every table. I covered that. You can't hear Jason, he's far enough away from the mic, but the point is, that's a harmless prank to me, and I'm a manager.
It is a harmless prank. It's the way that the front of the house can sort of retaliate against something that they find annoying. But then back to sensitivity in the kitchen. It's if you're gonna get that upset about being water bombed, then maybe you shouldn't walk into a kitchen at all.
No, that's a good point. Like, if you get upset about being water bombed, guess what? The cook is going to cuss you the fuck out. You should walk away. Probably the best course of action in that scenario. But, how can you get that upset about being water bombed, though? Like, all you have to do is print checks, essentially. You just cash them out. It's a one-button click after you open the check. So, okay, you have to open the check and close it. But if you have 40 tables that have water bombs on them, that's only 80 clicks, and to be honest, like, it's really not that big a deal. It's
Well,
probably
maybe
the
you-
best prank in the industry because it doesn't affect operations.
Maybe you don't know what the server was going through that day.
Maybe I don't.
No, maybe she had a rough day. Maybe he had a rough day.
Maybe I don't care.
Does anyone really
It's hilarious.
like? Okay, does anyone care about what your day was before you showed up to work?
Is that industry specific or just in general? Because
No, I think it's just in general. That's
In
like-
general.
no one gives
Never
a
show
fuck.
up.
And that's why whenever anyone asks you,
I don't-
how are you doing today? You, like, 90% of the time are going to say, I'm good.
It's
or
rhetorical,
fine.
man. Like,
yeah, no one gives a fuck. It's just politeness.
and then like when you ask somebody how their day was, and they start going into it, and then they start crying,
No,
and they're like,
no.
I mean,
How
well,
was
there
your
was
day? Good,
well,
how's
then,
yours?
then I was doing this, and then I was like, and then
I tuned that after
like,
that.
and I was like, yeah, I don't fucking care, and like people, a lot of people know that about me, especially people I work with.
I don't think it matters if you know that about you or not. I think it's just kindness of one another. It's like, hey, I mean, are you talking to your friend or are you talking to somebody you're passing by? Hey, how's your day? Good. Mine? Yours? Yeah. And then you just keep walking.
Hey, are you gonna fill those fucking sauces before we get hit? Like, I mean, that's the real question. It's how's your day means. Are you gonna do this shit before we get murdered?
Well, that's
like,
at work, but I mean,
Yeah.
well,
that's
wait,
a very
do
broad
you
question.
just
Yeah, I
walk
didn't know we were talking
by?
about work.
No, I mean, do you just walk by random people and ask them how their day was? And then,
I
like,
do
you,
all the
Yeah,
time.
all the
That's
time.
why-
I don't ask them how their day is. I say hello to people.
Oh, it's not how is your day. It's if I'm in public.
How you doing?
Yeah,
Hey,
it's-
how's it going?
I am
Open
in
the
public
door.
and I am personally, like, I am guilty of this because I work in the food and beverage industry, and I see a lot of people all the time. If they walk in the door, I have to smile. I have to be nice. I have to greet them. I have to. It's everything.
Hospitality.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop at work. So I'm in a grocery store. People look at me all the time because I'm weird as shit because I'm like smiling at them.
Do they ever ask you where shit is?
No.
I've had that happen more times than I care to admit.
But it's like, oh, it usually happens when I walk out of a store
Especially
and
at
someone's
Best Buy.
walking in. Cause like, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Oh, good. And you just move along. You don't. Oh, hey.
But see,
And
it's
I
always-
think maybe they're uncomfortable.
It's
because
always, good,
I'm
how are you?
smiling at them.
You know what I mean, though? Like, you
Yeah.
never said, like, oh, I'm
It's
good
rhetorical.
shit. Like,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think
I don't give a shit.
They would never ask me if I didn't. Like, it's just me constantly smiling at people like a weirdo.
Did you have that Wawa sandwich today? Because it's amazing. But then I might stop and be like, what Wawa sandwich?
It's like, dude, this is a whole different discussion.
Yeah,
now,
like,
now you're getting
I
into
said,
topic.
hello, how are you? And like, you were supposed to say, I'm good. But now I'm worried whether or not you're a serial killer. Like, and you're going to find me at Wawa. Like, it's like,
Which Wawa did you go to?
none of them. I don't know, man. Like, I open the door for people. I say hello. I'm cordial. That's
First off, opening the door for people. Let's go to Wawa. Their doors suck. There's no good way to open a door for a person.
I don't go to Wawa. So
I do.
I like Wawa.
I mean, I like Wawa, but there's not one conveniently located.
There's one close to my house, but I'm just saying, like, their doors, like, I feel like they try to make them ergonomically efficient, but they're, like, the worst doors to open for people. You, like, try to catch the door that you left, and it like,
Actually, you're right.
they're horrible.
They are.
I haven't been to Wawa.
I feel like
enough to
Wawa
know.
is meant to be selfish. Like, fuck you, grab your own door. That's just grab your own door. Fuck you. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I hold the door, like, if it's a double door, kind of like foyer kind of area, like, I hold the door, and they walk, like, they grab the door, I walk in, I open the other door, I fucking walk in, like...
I always appreciate it when you open the door for someone, and then they, like, if there's a double
And
door,
then they grab the
open
other
next
one?
door for you,
Yeah.
so, like, it's like, hey, I know that you're ahead of me. By all means, continue. Thank you for opening the first door. Like,
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, it's weird. But it's a little weird, but I'm okay with it. Like, I opened this door for you, now we're inside, and, like, now you're holding this one for me. Like, okay. Like, we did that thing. Like, it's weird. Like, let me go try to figure out the milkshake machine for fucking 45 minutes.
Yeah, until the both of you walk up to the touchscreen, that's the last one. You're trying to order your sandwich.
Well, we're not talking about, like,
Yeah,
work.
then you're not so nice.
Yeah,
Anymore.
you're like, now you're
diving
eyeballing
in
them.
front
Like,
of each other.
seriously, bitch. Like, I was trying to get my
Yeah,
fucking.
I held the door open for you.
I
You
was
cannot
trying to get
order
my
it for me.
Thanksgiving bowl right now. Can you order my Thanksgiving bowl and hand me the ticket so I can pay the person and then drop it in the little basket so I can get another?
well, you don't drop it in the basket until they give you the turkey.
Oh, well, I don't fucking know. I don't go to Wawa, man. Like,
Anyway, so
I go to
since
places
you're
where I pay people and they hand me food.
Wow.
Wawa puts it on the counter.
Anyway,
Go
go ahead. No, I want to know what you're about to say.
I want to get into this mac and cheese conversation,
We're not nearly there yet.
but I want to.
We're on tacos versus tostadas.
Oh! This is a good one. You guys are going to enjoy this. Because, what is that face? Because I believe tostadas have no existence in the world. Like there's no reason.
They're a flat
And
top.
if you guys think that there is a place for tostadas, like let us know on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like
The Insta YouTube.
yeah, Insta FaceTube Twitter, and
Yeah, that one.
we will definitely comment back because I want to know what your thoughts are on this thing that shouldn't exist. Like a taco is a handheld vessel to get delicious things into your face. A tostada,
It's not like it's. You have to have a fork and a knife, or
Okay.
at least a fork. I mean, like it can crack and crunch and break into pieces, but it's not. First off, I feel like a tostada has to have rice. Like I've had them.
No,
I've had them
man.
both
Like
ways.
you're the only person I ever heard say rice. That makes it even harder to eat.
But I feel like rice underneath the tostada at least like makes it easier to break the shell.
Ooh.
Hey,
I'm so confused on like the tostada to me is like a flat corn tortilla, maybe a smear of like refried beans. If you're actually no, you're never lucky. They never put ground beef on that shit. And then it's that weird guacamole fucking lettuce mix that they throw on top of it. And if you're lucky, they give you enough sour cream to get through it. And it's the shittiest taco known to man. Do you want to tell your story about the tostada incident?
I was devastated.
Oh, yeah, we know.
I went to a restaurant at the last minute. I just wanted to go and get a taco. I love tacos. So,
The truth.
went, got a beverage, and of course, I had free chips and burger and breakfast. Well, my friend, she ordered something on the menu that I was like, I don't know. It's not like that other chain store. No. It's a regular Mexican restaurant. She ordered a tostada.
Question.
Tostada?
Is there a tostada on the chain?
I don't know. Apparently, or whatever she thought it was. Who knows?
Okay.
Because I've never seen it. Anywho, it wasn't like I expected. It was a flat. It's like they took a corn tortilla and broke it in half. I know they don't do that because they just fry them flat. It was underneath a bed of all of the toppings.
Beans and
the toppings,
that weird salad.
But the toppings.
Maybe if you were lucky, maybe they gave you some cotija cheese.
Yeah, no.
Oh
They did.
shit!
But
I'm already out.
I don't know. I just ended up having to eat the thing that I was eating with the free chips that they gave me, and just to have some crunch there.
So you made a tostada nacho.
Yes.
All right. First off, there was no crumbly white cheese on top. Oh, this place is horrible. Like
Well, it wasn't crumbly. It was their normal shredded. Like that goes on every other thing they have.
Okay.
yeah, no, horrible.
Well, that's a lot of the times that's Monterey Jack, and
Which should not be a Mexican cheese.
I mean, it was delicious.
I
I'm not saying
concur.
it wasn't, but it was a pain in the ass. I just wanted to pick up a taco and eat it.
well, that's what you get for listening to your friends. And usually the shredded white cheese on a taco in your taco establishment is probably Monterey Jack.
Probably.
I believe, and I'm gonna go back to like
I think that depends on what Mexican is.
well, yeah, but like a couple episodes ago, we were talking about underrated cheeses, and I think Monterey Jack is kind of underrated. It's not really flavorful, but that meltiness.
What if we're talking Mexican cheese? That's not up there on the list.
Yeah, and the producer is not a fan of crema either, and I'm a huge fan of crema, which is like 50% sour cream and 50% heavy cream, and like that's
Okay, maybe not quite that.
but
However,
it's close, and it's easily like you just shoot that shit all over your nachos and everything. Like it's not as hard to work with. It's same flavor.
No, it's not. It is not.
It is so.
No, it is not.
But it
I
like
prefer all
okay.
the way.
You're diluting the deliciousness that is sour cream.
Okay, but like for
with heavy cream. Like, why would you ever think that's even the same flavor profile?
This is coming from someone who eats cottage cheese. So, back to things I don't like. Cottage cheese.
We need that shots fired button.
I don't even know what button
Just
that is.
pick one.
I'm just gonna hit that button.
Boom! I don't know if that's shots fired, but
I don't know the effects. I don't know if I can even scroll further. Nope.
It doesn't even matter. So what are you? Shots firing me for liking cream cheese, or cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese.
Sorry,
All right.
that's what
Do
I
you
meant.
eat cottage cheese?
I don't mind cottage cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, you put some fruit with it; it's fucking delicious. So
that's her thing, man. Like, and
tostadas are horrible. We're all.
So is cottage cheese.
Well, it's not like you just sit there and eat a fucking bowl of plain ass cottage cheese. Either I put fruit with it.
Again, totally with her. But
I mean, cottage cheese and ricotta cheese are the exact same thing. It's just the grind is different. So I don't know. I like ricotta. It's just like the liquid. I don't know what it is.
How about mac and cheese?
Oh, since we segued to mac and cheese, I'm no breadcrumb on top.
Ooh. I
am
honestly,
100% no breadcrumb on top.
I can honestly go either way.
I mean, yeah, dude, mac and cheese. I'll eat either
Here's
one.
the question: if you don't have breadcrumb on top, do you need bacon in it?
No, man. Like the cheese crust on top. If you make your mac and cheese right, which we have a whole video on how to not make your grandmother's mac and cheese, and how to use a bechamel, and how to actually make mac and cheese. You can find that on, I believe it's on YouTube by now.
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so. And Facebook and everywhere. Like, the recipe is simple for mac and cheese, and I don't think it needs the breadcrumb. I think like that the meltiness and gooiness of the inside is what everyone's looking for. And my mom, love her to death, but she made like the mac and cheese casserole, which I know we're all familiar with, like where it turns in, like you can cut wedges out of your mac and cheese. You should never ever be able to do that. Like, mac and cheese
should melt.
It's like when you spoon it out of a dish, it should have a little bit of cheese bowl, but it should be creamy and delicious. And yeah, it's okay to fucking melt the shit on top and form that crust on top, but the inside should not solidify.
See, I feel like the crunch of like the Japanese breadcrumbs comes best with some sort of meat. Like if you add a protein, it's like a whole different thing. Like just mac and cheese, I could do without the breadcrumbs. But if you add like,
but you're turning mac and cheese into a meal, and that's
hello America.
But mac and cheese was invented in America, and I believe that there isn't any reason to put the breadcrumb on top. I don't know. Your fingers doing all kinds of crazy shit. Anyway. Okay, I'll get there. I think that the mac and cheese should be creamy in the inside and cheesy on the outside. And coming back from that is like underrated foods, and I'm gonna go with the Monterey Jack. Like, not pepper jack, just straight Monterey Jack is underrated, and I think
it's very, very mild.
It's very mild, but the cheese pull, it's more pronounced than mozzarella, I believe. And I know we're gonna go somewhere you don't like, but fennel is underused, but it has its place in a lot of dishes, and I feel like fennel, and you don't like rosemary, but I think like rosemary is overutilized, and that's why you don't like it. Like, it's too much. Like, people use too much of it. Like marjoram and things of that nature. Tarragon. Like, if you don't like these items, it's because you've had them utilized wrong. Like, especially fennel. Like, okay, if you don't like Italian sausage, it's because you don't like fennel. Like, that's...
I disagree.
Go. What do you disagree with?
The fact that if you don't like Italian sausage is you don't like fennel. You can dislike sausage and dislike sausage. Like,
who dislikes sausage?
Meat. I do not like sausage.
You eat.
It doesn't matter if there's fennel in it or not.
Like you saying you don't like pork sausage?
You're talking about
You don't like hot dogs?
sausage with the casing.
No.
Well, hot dogs do technically have a casing.
Well, some of them, but I mean they were cooked in the casing most of the times. Like most American hot dogs. First off, all hot dogs are sausages. Let's clear that up. But
So,
most of them are
breakfast sausage and something with fennel is not going to have the same flavor.
Well, no. Like it depends on how much fennel is put in it. Probably most breakfast sausages do have some sort of fennel in there. And Italian sausage just has a lot of fennel in there. Like, the fennel in sausage kind of goes, like, it's not, like, when you see the little line that says spices, it's probably, there's fennel probably in there. But, again, you don't like rye bread.
Yes.
And, again, there's, like, I think it's the seed thing that you don't like.
No, I think it's the fennel thing.
So,
Because I like 9 grain and all that. Like,
Okay, so
everything with seeds.
so you don't think there's fennel in 9 grain?
I did have to take a second, and I had to look this up. But both Italian and breakfast sausage do typically have fennel in them.
Okay, well, then
But
maybe
breakfast
you're right.
sausage-
With people, it's overused. It's overpowering.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's my taste buds.
What about rye? Is rye fennel?
Yes.
I don't know if rye bread has fennel. It might be
Caraway.
caraway.
Oh,
like,
crap.
yeah, those
Either
are.
way, I
Yeah,
don't
you
like
know, you're right. You're 100% right on the rye and caraway, and like, you just those. There, caraway is another one that is underutilized, and like if you get like your beef on wick, like it's gonna have caraway. Like it's those two seeds you're just not a fan of. Were we correct on the? Did you stop Googling because you just assumed
Yeah,
you were
no,
right?
I stopped Googling. We moved on. So I gave up on the rye bread. I do not think it has fennel.
Yeah, it's caraway.
from
Caraway.
what I saw.
Caraway is. I mean,
Fennel is a licorice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fennel is very licoricey. And I have to admit, though, I'm not a licorice fan. However, like, going back to underrated flavors, I'm not even going to go with underrated seasonings. Fennel and apple. Like, apple's a very hard flavor to impart into a dish. I kind of think about that as...
Look who woke up.
Fuck you. I like to think about that as banana as well. Like, banana is a very hard flavor to impart on its own.
You know what I like with banana? The artificial flavor of banana, I think.
Well, okay.
Is better. It tastes more like banana than banana. But in America, we also get shitty bananas.
Well,
So
that might have something to do with it. But
I hate the taste of artificial banana.
no, artificial banana.
I'm gonna go back to fucking apple with the fennel. Like,
apple fennel,
apple fennel is
like
great.
apple fennel pork, like
I'm
that
also
is.
I'm also gonna throw apple and tarragon.
Oh, again, we're going with pork. Like, I mean, like,
Yes.
those things are, like, for me, like, for pork. You know,
Even
what I
if
mean?
you
Like,
don't have pork though, just an apple tarragon, like
sauce or like
I was
almost
thinking
like.
sandwich actually. Like,
Fuck no, dude. I'm out.
you'd be surprised. I've been
Yeah,
there.
I mean, like, yeah, okay, on a pork sandwich or a fucking, like, you're just doing apple and fennel on a sandwich
I was thinking apple and tarragon, but either way,
on turkey.
on any meat sounds great. However, just alone is decent.
No,
Now, I feel again underrated and over.
I mean, I appreciate both of them, and I appreciate those flavors, and I mean, I would use them on game, like game meats.
We have so much time.
I would definitely use them in game meats. Like, I think like apple and fennel in game flavors. are, I mean, pork and venison and like those would be fantastic in game flavors. But just a sandwich, I'm out. Like, I mean, I'm saying I'm out right now. I haven't had one. Just an apple and fennel sandwich.
Okay, so we got 2 topics left to discuss.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of jump around for this one because this is one we kind of skipped over, but I do want to touch on. Do you feel like bookstores are even relevant anymore?
I 100% believe that bookstores are outdated, and there's no point in that, and there's no point in a newspaper. We can get all that information on our phone, and I mean with Audible, which not a sponsor, but like they read you a book while you're driving to work, or like what is it? Amazon has a tablet. Is that what it is? Like a tablet, where you can like you flip through, like you're flipping through pages, and like you can actually read the book. Like, I mean, I don't see a need for a bookstore because I think Amazon took care of that a long time ago, and I feel like Barnes and Nobles and the other ones are. I mean, okay, like if you're into antique books, maybe that's like your thing, and like I want this first generation, but you could probably find it on Amazon. But I don't want to say, like, I don't want to sound ignorant. Like, I don't read. I mean, I read food articles and things like that, but I'd much rather have Anthony Bourdain read me Kitchen Confidential.
I feel like this is a great segue, though. You brought up Barnes & Nobles. Have you heard that they're thinking about opening full-on restaurants in their bookstores?
Well, they have to pull people somehow.
They've got, like, I would say cafeteria-style restaurants right now where they can serve you.
It's basically a crappy Starbucks.
Yeah,
from what I mean, I haven't been in a Barnes & Nobles in a hot minute, so and if I was in a Barnes & Nobles, it was probably because I was in a mall and I parked outside of it and I was using that to cut through. I wasn't stopping in Barnes & Nobles to shop books. And don't get me wrong, I have a shit ton of cookbooks. But the odds of me opening up one now, like when there's so many things online and I can find close to the same recipe
We're
online.
not big recipe people to begin with. Though.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Even if we find a recipe, it's like modify the fuck out of it.
Yeah, like I'm using it as like
a guideline.
a guideline, and I'm just gonna roll with what I want to do anyway. I just need to know, like, is there any specific ingredient that I'm missing that makes this dish this dish?
Okay, so we clearly don't think bookstores for books are relevant anymore. Like Kindle Fire, as you said, I think it's Kindle Fire. Some sort of tablet app.
Yeah,
you can
do that shit on your phone, man. Like, you can read the newspaper on your phone.
What do you feel? How do you feel about recipes that are passed down, though?
Oh, that's
we're
important.
Talking like
that's
recipe
important.
Cards.
That's super important for the fact that that's keeping family heritage alive, and that is like if your great grandmother created this recipe and it's been handed down like for generations.
Like it skipped a generation. Like your mom doesn't have it, you do. You know, like your grandma.
No, dude. Like I would love to look at my mom and tell her,
like, I have grandma's recipe and you don't.
Yeah, my mom would kick my ass and she would get it anyway. Like
it's really gonna suck for people nowadays, or younger generations than us, that their hand-me-down recipes are from the internet.
Yeah. Like, was it like all recipes are tasty? Like, don't get me wrong, both of these places are great places to get recipes, but I mean, we use them and we just modify them and but
yeah, but it's something different than like having a recipe book from handwritten.
Grandma,
like handwritten, like everything.
No, you're 100% right, and like I think like
at this stage, I feel like everybody's grandma has at least one like secret recipe.
Okay, so I have books. It's not so much my family's recipe, but it's what my family utilized over years and years and years. And like, so when I started cooking and when I got into this industry and like when I fell in love with the food and all that, my mom bought me these books and sent them to me. And so now I have these copies of these books. And like, so maybe it's not a family recipe per se, but it's the recipe your family uses. And now I take those books and like I utilize them and I take them and spin them into Team Fat Kid shit. And that's what Team Fat Kid is all about, basically, is taking what you've done for generations and like how do we improve on that.
Well, all right. So how do you feel about that though? Let's say that your grandma gave you a recipe that your mom doesn't have that you said she beat the shit out of you for, but let's just say you got a recipe from your grandma. Even in Team Fat Kid style, like, do you improve on that recipe or do you make grandma's recipe?
I think there's a time and place for both. Like, if, like, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Like, sometimes you just want grandma's cooking, man. And, like, it's great if you have that recipe and you can recreate what she did for you and you're sitting down eating a meal that grandma made for you.
It's
and
that
then,
memory of childhood.
Yeah, and then that brings you back to home. And then maybe, just maybe, like, you can deliver that to someone else and put a smile on their face, you know, that's the whole thing about food in general, is like taking someone back or maybe even reinventing it so it's a little bit of their home and a little bit of new. And like
grandma might have forgotten to use salt.
Yeah, right?
Salt,
and then you, like, I feel like with food, it's an instant gratification where you feed someone and they can,
you know immediately whether they like it or
you can
not.
see their face and you can instantly know whether or not you fucked it up or you fucking won this round. And I think that is important. And yes, I feel like, yes, there is, like, in every genre, there is, you need to keep it what it is. It's okay to tweak it a little bit. I'm not saying sushi bagels are cool. I think like sushi is awesome, and I don't think you should turn it into a whole sandwich.
I don't think I've heard of a sushi bagel. So that's
I'll show you the videos. It's horrifying.
all right. Well, let's. Grandma's cooking. Take it home.
Oh, grandma can crush it.
All
Right.
right. Well, so, mom's cooking. You take it home. How do you feel about leftovers?
Okay, so I have like a 1 week rule usually. The producer usually doesn't get their leftovers. I usually take care of that like within a day or two. I give leftovers like a week. Like,
Does it matter what the leftovers are? Like,
fuck no, bro. Like, I will eat.
I got a good example for you.
I will eat a fast food taco out of the refrigerator 3 days from now and eat it cold.
All right. So I got a good example for you. In particular, what about fish?
That's a tough call there. Fish.
Does it matter how it's cooked? Because I mean, like, fried fish, in my opinion,
No.
never reheats well.
No. Like, I mean, like a fish taco maybe. Like, I don't.
I don't think you'd give it a week.
No, like a couple, like maybe the next day. Like, I'd probably still eat it cold. Like, I'm okay. So I'm weird. Like, I've been in the industry so long that, like, usually by the time I eat something, it's not hot anymore. So,
They eat hot food cold and cold food hot. That's the way it goes.
yeah, it's like I usually eat a lot of things that I eat cold pizza. Like, a lot of people are anti-cold pizza. Like, I'll pull that bitch right out the fridge. Like,
I can college days the fuck out of that shit.
like when it's like stiff like cardboard, and I'll still just chew it up and eat it. Like, I don't know. Like, fish though, that's a good call, man. Like, if it's man, that's a tough one. Like, if
fish is like the hardest to reheat out of everything. There's no like, if it's fried, if it's not, it doesn't matter. It's just you're never gonna really reheat fish.
I would eat it cold
before you reheat it.
Before I reheat it, and like that's. I mean,
you better hope it's tuna tartare.
I mean, no, I'll eat a mahi fish taco, like cold out of the fridge. Like, I mean, like I don't know, like people get disgusted, like, oh, you ate that cold. Like, what else is I gonna fucking do with it? Overcook it? Like, I mean, shit.
Tough and chewy.
By the time I got it, it was damn near overcooked. Like, so I mean, like, I'm not gonna microwave a steak because like I ordered it mid rare and I got it almost mid weld. Like, I'm not gonna cook it more. like even if I heat it up, and it came to well done, what I'm gonna do? Chop it up, and make. I don't know if that's even a thing. Like, I haven't tried reheating my leftovers in a sous vide.
That might happen.
It might. I mean, like, I'll tell you what works well is reheating your pizza and an air fryer. And like, we had that whole conversation with Will, like on the podcast. Like, what was it, 4 or 5?
I don't even know.
Like when he came in, like we got an air fryer. Like I was so against air fryers, and like, holy shit, dude. Like, okay, it's actually really good at reheating pizza. It's actually really good at reheating leftovers. And Melissa even said today that we should have tried throwing fries, like raw fries, in the air fryer. And
we're going to have to do a whole other episode anyway. So
I feel like that would have came out like crap, dude.
Well,
like,
I don't know, man. I mean, again, there's no moisture in it, so I mean, like, I feel like they should at least come out crunchy, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm still iffy on the air fryer. The only thing I found out so far is that it's really good at reheating pizza. So, I think this is the end of this podcast.
I think we're gonna call it here. I mean, I don't know what time are we at.
Nah, we're over an hour.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna call it here.
Yeah.
And even if you're still listening, like, thank you for listening.
Oh, hell yeah. If you made it this far, like, you guys are awesome.
Shout out to all of our non-sponsors.
Of course, because no one ever sponsors us. We do all this out of our own pocket, and we're doing this ourselves.
And we love all of you. So
yeah, we appreciate it. Please check us out on the Facetube, Twitter. Remember, you can check us out on Instagram. It's Team Fat Kid 1. Sorry, that's Twitter. Our Twitter handle is Team Fat Kid 1. Our Instagram is Team Fat Kid Nation. Our Facebook is just Team Fat Kid. Our YouTube is Team Fat Kid. Am I leaving anything out there?
Well, we don't know. Spreaker Julie's not here, so
search
for Team Fat Kid. You should find us.
If you go on Spreaker, our Spreaker app, your Spreaker app would be Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat, and hopefully soon will be available on your Android and Apple stores.
Devices?
Yeah, devices. Right. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, Play Store said we should be good.
iTunes.
And iTunes is, we're waiting on approval on that. We're just out here doing us, being us, and trying to get big. So anything you guys can do to help us, tell your friends about us, and make sure you tell your friends to like us on all those things. Ring the bell, thumbs up, and all that crap. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're
really not good at this.
Team Fat Kid out.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.